Hello, you beautiful friends. I'm just so glad that you're here, and I'm so glad to be sharing with you part 2 of week 2, the Maiden Butterfly. Before I get going on this, I just wanted to say I am so sorry for all the confusion that we had in the group regarding the PDFs. Facebook has never ever done that to me before, where the PDF, number one, I just had a really hard time uploading it. It was taking so long that I had to split it in two. That has never happened. And then so many of you got a hold of me and just were even unable to download it or open it, and it was really frustrating, I think, all the way around, and I am just so sorry for that, and I hope it does not happen again. This is part 2. So excited about this this part of it, and I'm just going to go ahead and film all of it and then go live and share with you probably as I get finished up tonight. So we are talking about the Maiden Butterfly, and if you've made your accordion book and you've gone through all the journaling questions, you had to face some fears and anxieties that maybe you didn't want to face. I know I have 3 main fears and anxieties, and I didn't want to face any of them, one in particular, but I have faced it head on, and I'm really working on it, and I can already tell that, you know, this is going to be hard for me. I'm going to have to choose affirmations. The one that I'm really focusing on is to live for today, not live in the past, live in the future, live for today. And I'm really feeling confident that I'm going to be able to do this. What we're going to do and what you're going to need. So you're going to need a photo of yourself. Now, I enlarge these photos. I use Canva to do that. There's probably other free photo editing software out there. Maybe you have something on your computer, but somehow get a photo of yourself if you can. If you don't want to use a photo of yourself, if you just can't get one, I don't want you to stress about it, friends. And so you can always use a magazine image, because throughout the years I have used vintage girls, I have used, you know, magazine girls, all kinds of things, and basically you just need a representation of yourself. I find a lot of power in using images of myself, and so that's why I'm choosing to do that in this lesson. I had 2 that I printed off, enlarged and printed off. This was one from a few years ago, and then this was one from when I was in 7th grade. And if you notice, I am wearing a butterfly shirt, and this is my favorite photo. It actually is just right in front of me, to the left of me actually right now. I have it right by my computer. This just reminds me that I was really just a beautiful, delicate soul, and who was made fun of a lot. And the fact that, you know, I made it through, and I encourage and uplift others now, and I'm so encouraged and uplifted by all of you. That's the main thing I get out of anything I do, is the inspiration from you all. But it really just makes me look at her with so much love, because she was strong and she just kept going anyway, so that I could live this amazing life I live now with my family. And so I'm grateful for this girl, and so I'm going to use her. Here's what we're going to do. So we are going to put wings on ourselves, okay? But we're not just going to do this. So we're not even going to use a butterfly. I'm just doing this to give you an example, but we're going to put wings on ourselves, right? And it'll work with any age that we have. But we're going to make our own wings. And this is what makes this exercise so powerful, is I want you to choose at least 2 colors or patterns that you'd like to use in your wings. And then in my case, I'm going to use the shiny gold and the shiny pink. These are 2 of my go-to colors. They're my symbolism here. And I've got my kitty cat Truffles is coming, so you might see her. But what we're going to do is we're going to be writing on these. And I don't want my writing to show up on the butterfly necessarily, because this is something that's going to be really personal to me. So I'm going to flip my papers over, and as you can see, there's like a craft back on my particular paper. And I am going to cut this, probably in half, maybe a quarter for each one. And then I'm going to be writing some of my thoughts and fears that I wrote down in my journaling questions. But then along with those thoughts and fears, those anxieties that I have, we're going to cut those up, and we're going to turn all those thoughts and those anxieties and those fears, those ruts that keep us stuck. We're going to cut them up, and then we're going to use the beautiful colors, and we're going to make the butterfly wings, a beautiful mosaic with our butterfly wings, and then attach those wings to ourselves or a representation of ourselves. And this is just going to symbolize that from those fears and anxieties, and from doing all the work that we need to do on ourselves, with help and encouragement from our Maiden Butterfly that we're learning from, as well as Artemis, which is coming up next week, and then Hestia the following week. We're going to be able to metamorphose ourselves and grow these beautiful wings, and we're going to be able to do it anyway and just be so free and fly. So I went and got my Inner Goddess notebook out, or folder out, which I just love, by the way. And I'm going to open it up, and I'm going to go through some of these big ruts that I have. And I put those, you know, each one of them has a card. And then I've also got the worst case scenario, right? I did that. And then I made this little book for myself, along with the accordion book. And I'm just going to get all this out and put my notebook over here. And I'm just going to go through this, and I'm going to pick out some things. I went ahead and I cut that cardstock, I just cut it down. And I'm going to write on the back of this. So I wanted to show you how this turned out. And this is very private just for me, so I'm not going to read these, but I used a purple pen. Purple used to always be my favorite color when I was this age. Purple was it for me. And so I decided to use that purple again, and I wrote down just some of those fears and anxieties that I have. And now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take this, I'm going to cut it. I didn't use, that's the other thing I wanted to show you, is I didn't use the full sheet. I want to make sure that I have two different colors to use for my mosaic. So I put part of my story here and part of my story here. I didn't write a lot, as you can see. I just want this to be, you know, simple and easy. You don't have to go into great detail to have this feel really good and really new, and like you're really creating a new pathway in your mind and getting out of those ruts. And so there's all the stuff, all my fears and anxieties, and just some thoughts on that. And then now we're going to take that the scissors, and we're just going to cut. I don't want these shapes to be too small, but we're just going to cut some different shapes to put in our butterfly wings to make a mosaic. And so we're cutting up our fears and anxieties. And as you do that, friends, just, you know, think about that. Like you're letting go, you are releasing, and you're going to work really hard on smoothing those ruts over that you have created in your mind. And our minds, friends, my goodness, our minds can tell us so many lies. They can keep us so stuck. Okay. I'm just going to kind of see how this works. So that's why I'm doing it this way. I'm not quite sure how this is going to look. And so I just want to kind of play with it. Not all of your story has to be on the butterfly. All of your fears and anxieties don't need to be there. Don't get anxious about that. Because here's the great thing. Whatever you don't use, you can either use it Well, actually, I'm going to show you what you can use it on. I won't even tell you. I'll just wait and show you. Because I do have a plan on how to use these leftovers. So we needed to have, here's his truffles. I don't know if you can see her, but she loves to get into the view when I am filming. So we needed to have the wings, the outline of the wings, and I really like the size of these. Let me see here. I'm gonna put that there. Perfect. So what I'll do is in the PDF, girls, is I will try to have some kind of an outline or something that you could use. This is just a butterfly that I have. This is actually from Melody Ross. She has a book out that has some images in it, and this was one of them, and I just absolutely love her work. And so this is just something that I used, and then I just traced around those wings. So I'll figure out something and I'll put that in the PDF, and that way you can have kind of a guideline. Honestly, you can probably just draw your own butterfly wings. Pretty easy stuff. But if you're like me and kind of challenged that way, I will put something in the PDF. Okay, so I'm just going to use a glue stick. I've shared this before in my YouTube videos. I absolutely love the Amazon Basic glue sticks. I've got 60 of these, and I paid, I don't even know, like $10, $13 for 60, and I just think that's a heck of a deal, and they work great. So I'm going to take my pieces, okay, and on the back, see, we've got some of the wording, and then I'm just going to take, and I'm just going to start filling in the wings. Now you could get really fancy with this. I'm not going to, but that's just how I roll. I'm not a super fancy person. I don't like to do journaling that's overly hard. I like things to, you know, it just kind of honestly depends. There are times when I do enjoy things that are a little bit more like I'm learning, because I do like to take classes and things and learn various techniques. But I also am just very much driven to just create easy with the cut and the paste and mixing it up that way, because for me this journaling is all about, at least this kind of journaling that we're doing right now, it's just all about getting my feelings out, my thoughts out, and making a really awesome project along the way that not only helps me as I'm creating it, but then I can look back at it and go, okay, yeah, this is awesome. Like, this has a lot of meaning for me. So I'm just going to fill it in, but you could do what I was going to say, and then I got sidetracked like I always do when I talk. But you could for sure do a pattern or something on your wings. Like, you know, there's beautiful mosaics. You could go on Pinterest and look up. I did that at first when this idea came to me that I wanted to do something with a mosaic butterfly wings, you know, writing all of our anxieties and fears and then just making something beautiful out of them. I did look on Pinterest, and they do have a lot of really neat ideas for beautiful mosaics. But so I just finished my mosaic. I really love how it turned out. I love how it's just very random, and I'm going to kind of put my gal here. Oh my goodness, yes. All right, I cannot wait to cut these wings out. So as I cut the wings out, I'm just thinking about all these pieces that are on the wings and how, you know, it's so interesting how we keep such a close guard on our ruts, I feel like, on those things that we just keep going to again and again, those negative patterns, those fears and anxieties, don't we? Sometimes when we're relaxing, that's what can pop up. You know, I shared that in our live, maybe this last week, I think it was on Monday. Yes, I did. And what's interesting to me, you know, is I try to keep my fears and anxieties all nice and neat in this little package in my mind. and straight on this straight and narrow, right? I just keep like thinking about the same thing over and over, and it's all very neat. And then as I'm seeing them here in a mosaic, they're all cut up and they're just scattered and they're kind of random. And, you know, and I think, oh gosh, I don't think I could ever put these back together again. Like I think maybe I could eventually, but it might take me a very long time. And I just think, wouldn't it be nice just to kind of leave them scattered and leave them in pieces and try something new? Like, why do I want to put these back together? I don't. I want to keep these just scattered because I don't want to keep going and making this rut even deeper in my mind. So I'm loving how they're scattered and how they're a beautiful mosaic. I'm loving how, oh my goodness, yes. Okay, I absolutely love that. All right, now we're going to work on a background paper that we are going to glue and do some other fun things with. Our beautiful girl, our beautiful Maiden Butterfly. We're transforming ourselves into Maiden Butterflies. For this, I am using Dina Wakley Media scribble sticks. I absolutely love these scribble sticks. These are a new set only because I had another set. It's a long story. I still have some of those left. But anyway, I bought a brand new set because I love them so much and I wanted to have them. All you need when you use scribble sticks is just the sticks and water. I just use a spray bottle, and then I like round brushes best, but you could also have a flat brush, but I'll probably use this bigger one more than anything, and maybe this one. So I really want this to be a nice serene background, and so I'm probably going to use some of my favorite colors. The background has dried. Got my pencil. So for this next part, I'm going to use a pencil. You might want to have a pencil too. And you'll want to gather some images that are very symbolic to you, ones that you like to use in your work. I'm really into unicorns right now, and I was really into unicorns when I was this age. I collected them, and so I'm going to surround her with unicorns. I've got a star, and then I just really love this image of the moon, and I always have loved the moon, and so we're going to put the moon in the corner. So basically, we're just going to be taking and making, for me, I'm just going to make like a setting, I guess, just something that reminds me that I get to start fresh, that I get to start new, that I have grown wings, and that I am ready to fly. And we're going to have a little garden of beautiful possibilities that are going to be kind of scattered around her too. went back through and I took the word sheet that was from this week. I think I'm going to put some of those on this. And then I also went through and I found a crown that I think I may want to use on the picture of me with the butterfly wings. Yes, I love that crown. It's so cute. And then I'm gonna look through here. So we're gonna be using this pencil and I'm gonna be placing just some seeds of possibility throughout this, this page that I'm doing. And so remember all of our old fears and anxieties, they've all been cut up. And, ooh, I really like this one. I am growing my wings, moving forward, and making my dreams come true. I think that's one of them that I'm going to use. And you notice I did put this in just a loose leaf page. I did not put this in a journal because I'm going to keep this in my folder. So I'm growing my wings, moving forward, and making my dreams come true. And oh my goodness, I love that. I think I'm going to put that right on myself here. I don't want to cover up my butterfly because I love that I'm wearing that butterfly shirt. So I'm going to do that. And I really like I have emerged. I kind of want to use that one. But then I also like, because we're going to be putting some seeds on our pages, I can feel myself letting go and believing in all the possibilities for my life. So I kind of like that one because it's just really speaking to me right now. And you know, guys, I don't know if many of you have ever worked with this kind of cut and paste journaling before, but what I love about it the most is that like your soul just knows, like your heart knows. When you read, there could be 100 phrases on that piece of paper, but when you get to the one that just resonates with you, you know it, and you don't even have to read anymore. And that's what I love, because your heart just knows. Like I could, put I am growing my wings on there because, yes, I'm growing my wings, I'm ready to fly, but that doesn't resonate with me. Like I can feel myself letting go and believing in all the possibilities for my life. So I really love that. Looking at my beautiful painting, I am loving it so much with the paint in the back with the scribble sticks, and I love how my girl came out. I love the unicorns. I love how this page is turning out. I've decided that I want to put my seeds here because, they're in the ground and they're kind of surrounding me. So I'm just going to take that pencil and kind of just make like a little mound. And then I'm just going to write a few things in here. I'm going to do my journaling basically in here, and I'm going to do it all in pencil. I just love how it's in that pencil because it's there and you can see it. but it's not prominent, and I like that. It's just kind of like swirling around me, and I've grown my wings, and soon these dreams, they're coming true, and they're gonna just keep growing. I've got my magical symbols around me, and I absolutely love how this turned out, friends. And if you have any questions, please let me know. Thank you so much for being here. I am so grateful for each one of you. This class is really turning into something so much more than I could ever imagine. So many wonderful people here, and I'm just so grateful for each one of you. And I will see you soon.